In the previous session, we looked at verse 22, where Krishna, the Master, described a person who remains steady amidst changing results. We saw that when dependence on outcomes reduces, the mind becomes more stable. Today, in verse 23, Krishna, the Master, takes this one step further. He explains how the same action can either bind us or become completely non binding. The difference lies in our relationship to action. Let us pause and calm the mind before we start with an invocation prayer. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहैः तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः यज्ञायाचरतः कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः यज्ञायाचरतः कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते. Krishna, the Master, describes a person who is free from attachment and inner dependence. Such a person is not driven by constant expectation from results. Such a person acts with steady and disciplined mind. Such a person does not seek identity through action because attachment and identification have reduced. Their actions no longer produce binding effects. Krishna, the Master, says such action dissolves completely. This does not mean action disappears. It means action no longer binds the person performing it. The same action either bind or free. If action is done with attachment, expectation, identity, it creates pressure and bondage. If these reduce, the same action becomes lighter. For example, consider two people doing the same work. One constantly thinks, "This result defines me." The other focuses on doing the work properly. The action is the same, but one carries psychological weight, the other remains lighter. One carries weight, the other remains lighter. The difference is not the action, it is the identification with action. Kabir, the Indian poet, expressed this simply: do the work, but don't become the work. Action continues, but identity need not get tied to it. Practical application. So, how do we apply this in our daily life? First, through performing karma yoga. Perform responsibilities sincerely. Reduce constant expectation from outcomes. Don't depend on results for self-worth. Second, develop greater understanding. Notice where attachment to results creates pressure. Shift attention from gain to what is to be done. This small shift changes the experience of action. Finally, a quiet hint. Observe actions arise and pass through the body and mind, but the awareness that knows them remains unaffected. Recognizing this reduces identification. Close. Today's verse 23 shows something very practical. Action is unavoidable, but bondage is not. When attachment and identification reduce, the same life continues, but life becomes lighter. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರವಚನಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ನ ಪ್ರಮದಿತವ್ಯಂ. ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್.